Ante-purgatory. In Dante Alighieri's Purgatorio, the journey begins in Ante-purgatory, the waiting area for souls who died in a state of grace but still carry the weight of unconfessed sins. This initial realm serves to highlight the importance of preparation before entering the purgatorial process itself. Souls in Ante-purgatory include those who died excommunicated or who delayed repentance until the very end. Interestingly, this stage is further divided by the timing of spiritual awakening. Here, Dante encounters characters such as the late repentant individuals, their stories reflecting a mix of despair and hope. This waiting realm is essential in Dante's vision, as it allows the souls to comprehend their past actions, seen as almost a cosmic waiting room where patience is a virtue. It's a poignant reminder for the living about the significance of timely repentance, leaving readers with a reflective question: what are we waiting for in our own lives? The first ledge, the proud. As we ascend to the first ledge of purgatory, we meet the proud, whose burdens are tangible and metaphorical, a heavy weight of stones on their backs. Here, Dante writes about pride as the original sin, the sin of Lucifer himself. The proud must learn humility, and the poetic justice is palpable. These souls are forced to confront their inflated self-views through the very act of bowing under the weight of the rocks. The imagery speaks volumes. As Dante observes their struggles, he sees them carved into the hillside, their faces pressed against the ground in a posture symbolic of their moral lessons. In a twist of irony, the proud, having spent their lives elevating themselves, are now physically grounded. Not only do they chant the Magnificat, a hymn of praise, but they also provide readers insight into the duality of human nature, just how far one can fall from grace when pride reigns supreme. The second ledge, the envious. Climbing higher in the realms of Purgatorio, we arrive at the second ledge where the envious reside. Here, the inhabitants are punished for lusting after their neighbors' fortunes and bliss. To symbolize their envy, they wear garments stitched with coarse cloth, and their eyes are sewn shut. They can only feel the pain of their transgressions and cannot see the happiness of others. Dante's vivid descriptions of these souls elicit a mix of sympathy and discomfort. Among the envious, we find familiar characters whose jealousy led to dire consequences, thus illustrating a moral lesson. Envy blinds us not only to the virtues of others, but also to our own potential. The souls here remind us of the dangers of comparison and covetousness, serving as a cautionary tale that resonates still. After all, who hasn't glanced over at a neighbor's new car and thought, "Hey, that should be mine"? The third ledge, the wrathful onward. We venture to the third ledge, home to the wrathful. These souls sit in eternal darkness, enveloped by a thick mist, perfect for those who often lost themselves in storms of anger. Here, their punishment reflects their inner turmoil. They lash out and shout, but their voices are merely echoes of their wrathful pasts. Dante illustrates the futility of their raged expressions, emphasizing the emotional chaos that accompanies such aggression. One captivating figure here is the poet's contemporary, Marco Lombardo, who shares his thoughts on the state of human nature and the impact of societal sins. Through their pains and laments, the wrathful reveal the detrimental impacts of anger, how it can consume lives and lead one down a path of destruction, almost like trying to extinguish a fire by pouring gasoline instead of water. A humorous takeaway? Perhaps we should all try a little deep breathing before letting that frustration boil over. The fourth ledge, the slothful. Next on our journey through purgatory, we reach the fourth ledge, where we encounter the slothful. These aren't just your average couch potatoes. This realm features souls who failed to act on good during their lives due to laziness or apathy. To atone, they are perpetually running in a circle, zealous but misguided, perpetually trying to make up for lost time. Dante's portrayal serves as a clever reminder that taking no action can be just as sinful as taking harmful action. The slothful, in their relentless pursuit to catch up with the virtuous, help us recognize the urgency of involvement in our lives and the impact we have on the world around us. The irony here is thick. These voters in the realm of the spiritual EOF, emotional obligation factor, highlight the fact that while doing nothing might sound appealing, it's often a one-way ticket to regret. The fifth ledge, the avaricious and prodigal. In our climb up Purgatory's slopes, we now arrive at the fifth ledge, where the avaricious and prodigal make their home. Here, the souls carry enormous weights, symbols of their greed and wastefulness in life. The duality of their punishment explores the stark contrast between hoarding wealth and misusing resources, a moral dichotomy as old as time. Interestingly, in Dante's vivid imagery, souls from both extremes of the financial spectrum perform penance together, reminding us that both excess and deficiency lead into the abyss. This ledge illustrates a vital lesson. Greed can blind us, making us forget the essence of community and shared responsibility. With a touch of biting wit, it looks a bit like a corporate potluck gone awry. It prompts the question, are we building a legacy, or just a fortune overshadowed by our own mistakes? The sixth ledge, the gluttonous. As we ascend to the sixth ledge, we find the gluttonous, who indulged excessively in earthly delights. Here, Dante's imagery thrives. A continuous storm of rain pours upon the souls, representing the soulless, excessive consumption they partook in during their lives. One can almost hear their bellies rumbling in regret. The punishment here illustrates the contrast between abundance and moderation, a cautionary tale about the pitfalls of ephemeral pleasures. The gluttonous must reflect on their past choices, and they often lament, mourning their missed chances to foster genuine connections and desires beyond mere physical satiation. It's almost as if Dante said, treat yourself, but don't treat yourself like a piñata. The moral lesson rings out. While life's indulgences can be enjoyable, they're infinitely better when not lived as an eating competition. The seventh ledge, the lustful. Our journey leads us to the seventh ledge of Purgatorio, reserved for the lustful. Here, souls are engulfed by flames, a fitting representation of the passionate fires that consume them in life. This chaotic realm serves to teach the penitent the lesson of self-control and the necessity of channeling desire. Dante populates this area with notable historical figures and mythological characters, weaving their stories into the fabric of lust's destructive nature. The flames here serve both as torment and enlightenment. The lustful watch the spirits of the righteous sailing through the air, an eternal reminder of the joys they forfeited while chasing fleeting pleasures. With a tongue-in-cheek nod, we could say, flames can be hot, but don't let them burn your future happiness. This realm serves as fertile ground for contemplation about love, desire, and the consequences of unbridled passion. The earthly paradise. After traversing the various ledges of sin, we finally arrive at the breathtaking earthly paradise, or the Garden of Eden, at the summit of Mount Purgatory. This enchanting realm is adorned with lush greenery, flowing rivers, and ethereal light, a stark contrast to the harrowing ledges below. The earthly paradise represents the ultimate state of innocence and divine connection before the fall. Dante encounters Beatrice, his muse and symbol of divine love, who guides him through this serene space. The atmosphere here is rich with symbolism. Lush growth signifies the soul's readiness for transformation, and rivers signify baptism and rebirth. The earthly paradise invites contemplation about human potential, innocence, and the grace of divine love. It's a land of new beginnings and a perfect prelude to cast aside the burdens accumulated on earth. Fairy tale-like in its beauty, it serves as a reminder that every soul has the capacity for redemption, making us ponder, how can we cultivate our own earthly paradises? The Valley of the Princes. In the Valley of the Princes, we encounter the final stop before entering heaven. This idyllic realm is home to noble figures who fell short of their responsibilities during their earthly lives. Although they remain in limbo, they are not tormented here. Instead, they bask in the pleasant landscape surrounded by noble memories. Dante cleverly uses this setting to explore themes of leadership, responsibility, and the balance of power. The notable figures residing here provide a rich tapestry of historical references, each illuminating different facets of virtue and vice in leadership. Interestingly, this valley calls attention to the importance of influence, how leaders leave legacies behind them, for better or worse. Rather like a political debate stage where the stakes are high, every decision counts toward the future. In the end, the Valley of the Princes serves as a reminder that true nobility lies not in titles or position, but in the ethics guiding those decisions. Found this video interesting? Then leave us a like and subscribe for more videos like this one.